Hi, welcome to today's class. In our previous class, we have learned some of the basic functions in Excel and how to apply them. Then we learned data cleaning in Excel. For this week, we'll be learning how to analyze data and then how to visualize data in Excel. So we are going to be combining these two in this week's class. Okay, now for the content analyzing using now we are going to be analyzing the data using pivot table, because when you use pivot table you can actually analyze a very large data so that we can get the understanding. Then we are going to do visualization. Now the visualization is going to include creating of charts, having templates, then creating of dashboard. So let's quickly get to understand the basic thing we need before we go into practical class. What is pivot table? Now, a pivot table is a special tool in Excel that helps you quickly organize and understand your data. You will get to understand that when we get to the practical class. Instead of looking through a lot of numbers and rows, a pivot table will let you summarize your information in a simple table, like finding total, finding average, counting, and all like that. And all like that. Now let's go into the next one. Now, what is data visualization? Data visualization is a process where you turn data like numbers and facts into pictures, into charts or graph. You are interpreting your data into charts or pictures. These visuals help us to understand data and see patterns and trends at one glance. At one glance. Now let's quickly go to the tools which we use for visualization. That is pivot chart. Now notice, every layman might not understand numbers, might not understand how you have done your analysis and what you have done. So for you to interpret or for you to make them understand what your data actually implies, what you do is you need to represent them in form of dashboard, in form of chart, so that everybody can understand the meaning of your analysis, just as if you are giving a report. So in data visualization, we are going to be learning this chart so that you can actually give a proper report, so that you can actually interpret your data to everybody. Now let's talk about pivot chart. Pivot chart is a special kind of chart in Excel that works together with pivot table. Yes, it works alongside the pivot table. You just be representing what you have gotten from your pivot table into your chart. Into your chart. Just it is used to just summarize what you have in your pivot table. Now, in making pivot chart, in making pivot chart, you need to understand different charts that we have. Now we have different charts, but basically I'm going to mention this basic one. But when we go into practical aspect, you get to know the chart. Now, every chart has specific functions, like where you use those charts. Sometimes some charts can actually be used for different interpretations. Some might be for specific interpretation based on your aim and objective when you want to analyze. So these are the basic charts we use in Excel, although there are more than this, but let us understand the basic chart. The first one is a column chart. Now, a column chart is a vertical bar showing data comparison. Now, it is best for comparing values and categories. Then also we have bar chart, which is an horizontal bar for comparing data, which is also used for comparing items and all like that. We have other ones like pie chart, which is the pie chart looks like a circle that is divided into slices, showing a part of a whole. That's what pie chart is. Most of the time we use pie charts for categories that are not that much, probably four, three, and five like that, so that you can actually get that. We still have something called donut chart. Don't worry, we get to know more about the charts when we get to practical aspect. Now we have line charts. Line charts are the ones that connect lines together, like connected by lines. Like let me say points connected by lines. Those are line chart. And this one is basically used when you want to show trends over time. It's usually used to show trends over time. This one is very good for showing trends over time. Now we have area chart. Area chart is like a line chart, but it is filled below the chart. We get to understand all these charts when we get to a practical class. Now, this is used to emphasize the volume. This is used to emphasize volume or trends. Now, we have scatter plot, which is like a dotted plotted graph that is used to show relationship between two variables. Basically, it is used for correlation. It's used for correlation. Then after which we have dashboard. Now, a dashboard is a visual tool that brings together all your important part of your data, showing charts, showing tables and numbers. So dashboard is like you are combining every of your charts, you are just interpreting everything in a glance so that you can actually get the full details of your data and your analysis. So now let's go into practical class so that we can fly with the speed of light.